Hello, welcome to the Classic Tetris League Division 3A restream when Misetro will face Scamper, and that stream is provided by second player in the Classic Tetris PAL Tier 2 tournament. Yes, I still don't believe it, how did I made that one. I was playing with so many, maybe not too much matches, but still single elimination and best of 7 matches are so tense, and I was playing two deciders. First one with help, and I won this one, and the second one with a Ginter. Both players are playing in the Classic Tetris League. Both players are in, if I remember, in Division 7 and 6, 7D probably for help, and Division 7D for help, and Division 6 something for Ginter. I need to see this. Maybe a division. Ginter is in Division 5A, so it shows how good I am in the PAL. Indeed. So, and okay, I don't want to waste your time, so let's move on to the boards. And here we are in boards. And I need to check when help is in the 7B. So both players are in this game are streaming, so there is a lot of glad about both players have agreed for the last minute request. I'm also glad about doing it as well. So let's check if both players are in this chat. And okay, and we are waiting for some response from both Scamper and Misetro. And we see Scamper is warming up at from level 19 start. That's about 900,000 points gained from level 19, which will be nice to see some good game from level 19. Scamper made some misdrops, and okay, but that's still a warm-up game, not still a real game. And Scamper is will Scamper survive just to reach the kill screen? That will be interesting to see. And we have perfect outstacking for Scamper, and Scamper survives and immediately tops out at 789. And okay, that's not a problem. And yeah, we're waiting for And Mr. Troy is here, which is nice. We are waiting for a Scamper. Okay. Yeah, I also get water. Exactly. I also get some water. Yeah. I also got some water, but I put that water on the refrigerator just to cool down, just to make it as just to make the bottle as a cooling device, not the device, but cooling. Just to make it more cooler in the atmosphere. Okay, Scamper is here, and Scamper chooses heads, so I can do a flip. So let's go, flip, and we got tails. So Misetro, you can choose home or away. If you come. If you will be back. And okay, I would like to tell a few words about how did I make the achievement to being second in a Classic Tetris Pal Tier 2 tournament. That was like a small tournament right now, when I was qualifying in the simultaneous qualifying in the same time in the same place with Shvidr. And Shvidr got almost 500,000 points average, and he landed at tier 1, but you know, the problem was there was 25 players qualified on the tournament. Okay, ready 18, so Miss Setro chooses home, and Scamper chooses away. No, that is choosing away. And Misetro is ready, and both players are ready, so we can start the countdown for game number 1 of set number 1 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Let's go, guys, show your best. And something happened with the Misetro stream. The control panel have started. Where's the control panel? Task manager have opened, and it's doing some uncommon things. So Misetro, please turn off the task manager. Thank you. And we can go once again for the match. And Misetro with a Tetris, 74,000 points. Scamper at 52,000 points, and ooh, that's quite interesting and some frightening overhangs for Misetro. Misetro is almost out of this situation, but now he covered one minnow just being completely safe and ready for scoring. Misetro is doing something like me on the matches with the PAL. Honestly, I'm doing the same. And Misetro is up high. Now he needs a good pieces, gets in the T, and he immediately tops out at 83,000 points. Scamper with 124,000 points. Wins game number 1. quite unfortunate start from Misetro. And Scamper is ready 18 at... And we are waiting for Misetro just to setting a readiness as well. And Misetro is ready, so we can start the game number 2 of set number 1 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Let's go, game number 2 of set number 1 is on the way. And Misetro have started his game now without any issues, any task manager turned on and covering on all the board, which is nice. And with a fast Tetris, nice overhang, and he could find the pieces just to complete that overhang and getting a Tetris. 45,000 points versus 2,000 points for Scamper. Scamper is up high, but he's doing well. Gets a long bar, gets a Tetris, 31,000 points. Meanwhile, Misetro gets not perfect pieces, and he made the board more cheesy, but can get the pieces, just complete the cleanup, and now he's ready for scoring. Decides to burn the double, and now he's nice and clean. Oh no, he hangs that Z, which is not nice. Gets a long but gets a Tetris anyway. 81,000 points versus 79,000 points. And Misetro is complete the cleanup once again. Now he covered well, but he got the pieces just and he gets no long bar in the meantime. But now he got quite serious drought. It will be not nice just to get a long bar. He gets a long bar, and that was quite a disaster for him. And now he's opened and gets immediately long bar. Tetris for Misetro. Misetro at 121,000 points. Scamper already at almost 200,000 points, so the lead is true for Scamper, and Misetro needs to do something in the later parts of the game. And now he's trying, and he opened the dirty well. Now he's preparing for a dirty Tetris. No, he just decided to clean it up, and now he's ready for triple, I guess. Gets a long bar, gets a triple, and now he's opened 162,000 points for Misetro. Misetro gets a Tetris, 185 versus 291 for Scamper. Scamper builds the lead, finds the way for uses the opportunity to get the lead right after the meanwhile Misetro is doing some cleanup, several cleanups, I guess, and Misetro could catch up the score before the transition, or he needs getting the transition, and he needs to do 19 play as well. Well, 19 play. And now Misetro have opened, gets a long but gets a Tetris, 267 versus 390,000 points, about uh, about 130,000 points lead for Scamper, but he is few lines behind the Misetro's score line account. So the lead is much. He could be bigger than we can imagine. 358,000 points for Misetro. Misetro is doing the catch up right now. 484,000 points for Scamper. Scamper is nice and clean. Misetro is up high. Gets a long burn anyway. Gets a Tetris and immediately decides to burn to do some cleanup. He's prepared for the ditch spin, but he couldn't get it. He decides to burn, and now he's at cleanup. He needs to complete the cleanup because transition is coming, and gets a long but gets a final Tetris before the transition for 13,000 points for Misetro. Misetro at level 19, and Scamper is reaching the transition at 577,000 points. He transitions at 2,000 points more, so the game of 18 game of Scamper is really real challenge for Misetro. Misetro needs to do some miracle at level 20, but the board of Scamper have fallen apart. He tops out at 588, so Misetro still can get it. Oh, and that could, and the J adjustment could make a misdrop, and no, and you can. You make a misdrop, and that's probably that was fatal for you. And we are waiting 588 020. So Misetro needs to get 588 021. You can still get it, Misetro. Misetro at level 24. He's not playing too aggressive. Just needs to survive the score, and get some scores. No needs to Tetris, I hope, I suppose. That's only 30,000 points, so only 32,000 points, and he gets a triple. It really helps. And another double, and he probably can do it even with only burning. He don't need to do any Tetrises. Now he needs 50,000 points. No, less than 15,000 points. So he can definitely do it without Tetrises, I suppose. But just for sure, and he's done. The chase down is done, so Misetro gets the second game. So Scamper is ready for game number. For game number 3, we are waiting for Misetro to choose level, which will be probably level 18 or maybe 15. It's possible to get level 15. Level 18 start for Misetro, and we have started game number 3 in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Let's go. From best of 3 to best of from best of 5 to best of 3. So yeah, great gate for Misetro. Misetro is was playing so carefully after getting the message. His opponent tapped out, and he only needs to chase down the score, and he completed this one, so that was nice for him. And let's go back to the game, because Scamper gets a longer, gets a Tetris, 50,000 points, and Misetro is also ready for a Tetris, but the longer doesn't show up. He's waiting. He got droughted once again. And nice stacking setups for Misetro. Misetro, now his well is covered. And Scamper has a situation as well. So both players are suffering, and of course the long bar doesn't come in a time, but he gets a long bar. But Misetro gets a long bar, and anyway, and it was helpful, and gets another long bar to score Tetris, I guess. And now he's ready. Once again, ready for a Tetris. He covers the well. Nice burning. Nice adjustment just to get immediately be opened for a Tetris. At 99,000 points for Misetro, 95,000 points for Scamper, and not nice at paying for Misetro, but he could manage, but he can manage that situation. And yeah, nice burning for Misetro, and Misetro once again ready for scoring, ready for Tetris, gets a longer, gets a Tetris 149 and 145 for Scamper. Scamper, have closed his well, and now he needs to reopen it immediately, and Misetro also with a burning, as he immediately opens the well, gets a long way, gets a Tetris, 180,000 points for Misetro, 155 for Scamper, so Misetro right now is in the lead. And nice spin for nice rotation. That was not a exact spin, but was the rotation. He realizes that spinning could repair the stack a little bit, gets immediately 2 rogue bars in a short succession, and he was ready for 2 Tetrises, and he scores that 2 Tetrises. And 249 versus 205, Scamper finally opened, but now he needs a long bar so bad, and gets a long bar when the well was closed, and let's see what happens. He's trying to be open, but the problem is the RNG is not helpful. But finally gets a 2 long bars in the short succession and gets a Tetrises. 262,000 points versus 269,000 points, and Scamper with that Tetris gets a lead right now, because Misetro is now in the cleaning situation. And he creates the dependencies just to fill it in. And 330, and Scamper uses the opportunity just to take the scores. 332 versus wrongly 300,000 points for Misetro. Misetro is ready for scoring, but not ready for a Tetris. Now he's ready for a Tetris. Now he needs a long bar. Where's the longboard for Misetro? Misetro is doing nice burning, but he wasn't ready for a Tetris. Getting a longboard and oh, that 1 minute hole could not be a fatal, but he can still lose a bit of pace. And immediately closes the well right before the longboard comes. But he couldn't find the solution for the pieces, and he transition has 320,000 points. Now he gets along against the Tetris 352, 100,000 points lead for Scamper once again. But now he's playing at level 20, Scamper, and now he's playing so nice. Level 20 for both players. Misetro hangs the square, and now he needs to do some cleanup, complete some cleanup, and he's still getting the pieces, and now he needs squares, and he gets other pieces anyway, and he managed to open it up, and oh no, and gets a Tetris 401 for Misetro, but Misetro's board is not a good shape. Now he needs good pieces just to clean it up in a nice way. Meanwhile, Scamper at 606, so he's using the opportunities. Oh no, but he hangs the square, and it could be fatal. Gets a long bar anyway, and gets another long bar, and he can survive this one, but he needs a good pieces right now. Now Scamper needs a good pieces, and it's done. It's done at 641, so still 200,000 points to get for Misetro. Misetro's task is not that clear. Just to get simple scores, he needs to do some Tetrises right now, because he is about 2,000 points behind, and now he's doing one high. He's stacking one high, and he's ready for a Tetris. He needs a longboard, gets a Tetris for 500,000 points. But he's doing some cleanup. Is that important on level 27 when you are 140,000 points behind the score? And you have 14 lines just to get the scores? It gets double longboards on level 27, which was nice, and he needs 2 long bars. No, he needs a long bar. Where's the long bar? And he couldn't get a long bar. Oh no! Misetro tops out at 576, which means Scamper gets game number 3. That was so unfortunate for Misetro. Misetro and this is Scamper's choice for level. And Scamper is ready. We are waiting for Misetro's ready as well, and we get the readiness from Misetro, and we are starting in 3 to 1 Tetris. And let's go, game number 4. It's on the way. Misetro have started his game, and Scamper also started his game as well. Sorry. And Misetro with some dependencies, but he gets along with first, and he's doing a Tetris first after first place. And now he's ready for a second one, and he is immediately ready for a third one. And 28,000 points for Scamper, 93,000 points for Misetro. So Misetro have better start right now, and 22 lines for Misetro, and Misetro at 115,000 points, 38,000 points at 20 lines for Scamper. Scamper is way behind the score, but still early game, so he can catch it up. 138 for Misetro. Misetro is ready for a Tetris, gets along with gets a Tetris, and immediately does a T-spin. And nice stacking. And 6-4, thanks for a raid with a party of 5. We are doing double matches. We are doing 2 matches this evening. First one is doing right now, Misetro versus Scamper in Division 3A, and later we have Kryptonic versus Anshikai, and we have Misetro at 213,000 points, so quite a nice game for Misetro. Misetro is doing well. Yeah, this evening. And the raid choice exactly because Crypto is playing the next match on my side right now, so that was nice for you for that choice. And let's go back for a game, because Scamper is not that behind as we thought it is. At 229 at 63 lines, Misetro at 66 lines, almost 300,000 points. Now he breaks that score, and nice J-spin. And 16,000 points from Misetro. Misetro is clean, and he can score. Gets a long ball, gets a Tetris, immediately opens the 1 minnow just to be ready for scoring, and immediately closes the well once again. But he is doing well. Meanwhile, Scamper is clean. Needs a longer right now, and creates a few dependencies, but he finds the solution to clean it up. It gets a longer, gets a Tetris. 332 versus 388. Misetro is still in the lead. $92 lines for Misetro, 95 lines for Scamper. So both players are almost tied in case of lines, so the Misetro gets a true lead, but now he's stacking so high. He needs a good pieces. Gets a long bar, but the long bar isn't very helpful, and he managed to get those pieces. Long bar right now was quite more helpful than the previous one, and now his well is reopened. Gets a long bar in the right time for 25,000 points, and another Tetris for 448. Missetro was stacking so high and he managed to survive this one. So I just can't. So we are waiting for transition for both Missetro and Scamper because both players are so close. Missetro transitioned at 519,000 points, and another Tetris for Missetro, and Scamper transitions on 486. So Scamper is a little behind. Missetro is doing so great. His level 19 play is so stable. So he could struggling with a chase down. First one was completed, the second one not quite so much, but getting almost 100,000 points is still a thing. Now both players with some issues, but Scamper could get a Tetris. Now Missetro is ready and decides to take the triple, and now he needs, and he reopens the one hole, but he immediately closes at the other one, and now 652 versus 630,000 points. Scamper is tries to get a solution for some mechanics, but he's also in a D mode. Now he needs a T or other piece. The other piece is worked, but not so good. But now he's ready for a Tetris. Gets a long one, gets a Tetris 678. Now he's in the lead. Now Scamper is in the lead. But Missetro is doing. Missetro is ready for a Tetris. Level 25 for Missetro. Missetro is ready for a Tetris, but Longba doesn't come. RNG, what have you done with Missetro? Missetro is up high. Scamper is doing so great. Now he needs. Now Missetro without any Tetrises at level 24 and level 25. No, level 24 he got a Tetris, but at level 25 he couldn't get a Tetris. But Scamper is up high. 737 versus 724, so that game is so close. Hangering the long buff for Missetro. Missetro needs something to the left, and he couldn't get a long buff for the left. Oh, and Scamper's board are a huge mess. No, Missetro gets a long one, gets a Tetris 767. Now he needs a few thousand points just to complete the chase down. 804 is definitely good for Hugh. And whoa, that was nice game for both players. Quite shame Scamper couldn't get the great pieces. Oh, thanks 6 you got that message about being second in tier 2 in Classic Tetris Pal. That was so nice to face the players in this month, especially with good friend Elp and the Ginter and the Max, who was the winner of this tournament. That was so nice to face those players, and we are waiting for Missetro to get it, to set a level, to get a level choice and set the readiness. And Misetro decides to start with level 18, so we can start the game now. Start the decider in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Decider's time is right now. Misetro vs Scamper. Both players are doing so great. And 6-4, yo, I wish you get good luck tomorrow, because you're playing tomorrow in the Classic Tetris part. That's so nice to see you in Tier 1, facing with best players in this mount, being one of the best players so far. Maybe not so far, but you know, being in the top 16 from the qualifying session. Not the qualifying session, but the qualifying. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. Misetro with so nasty board. And I got a message from Schwid. Schwid's power supply has Schwid Schwid lost the electricity from his village. And once again he lost the power. So the summertime is not so friendly for the villagers. And let's go back to the scores. 74,000 points for Misetro, 170,000 for Scamper. Scamper is in the lead right now, but Misetro could find the good pieces just to complete the cleanup, and he's ready for scoring. No, he's not ready for scoring. And 104 versus 195, 196,000 points right now for Scamper, and Scamper gets the long one, gets the Tetris to 20,000 points. 220,020. That's a nice score. 2 and zeros divided perfectly. And 245 versus 134,000 points. And Misetro is clean. Scamper is clean as well. None of them are ready for Tetris. Is that Misetro gets the readiness as fast, but now Scamper is also ready for a Tetris. Gets along with the Tetris. 182 versus 293. So the lead of Scamper is really true and tremendous. And that things for Scamper. Now he needs something to the left, gets the J, and another L, and another L rather to open the well, and gets along with gets a Tetris 328 versus 232. So 100,000 points lead for Scamper. Scamper reopens the well with nice pieces, nice J's he got, and Lombard Tetris for Scamper. Scamper at 353. Misetro at 280,000 points. He couldn't catch up the score of Scamper. Scamper is doing so great right now. And the solution of Misetro's one would be a nice nighting game, and praying that Scamper could not make that one. But Scamper is able to play nice mating game. 289 for Misetro. Misetro carefully he made that hole, but he knows the lumber is coming, and he manages and he put that L on the other on the column 8-9, creating a small hole, but he was ready for a Tetris, and now he's ready for a Tetris. Gets a longbow, gets a Tetris. 343,000 points for Misetro, and Scamper at 518,000 points. 518,000 points for Scamper, and still one Tetris for to go. But Longbar doesn't want to show up and gets finally Tetris. 550,000 points. Scamper is ready for a Tetris at level 19. And Misetro is also ready, and he hangs the T. Oh no, the board of Misetro is so nasty right now. Now he needs to complete a cleanup and being ready for scoring, but you know, the problem is Scamper is also scoring and he's Tetrising. 586 for Scamper. Scamper made a miserable, but that's not the crucial one like Misetro. That's not crucial like Misetro's one. Misetro immediately needs to complete the cleanup. And he's trying his best just to reopen the well, and he have completed the cleanup, but now he's about 200,000 points behind the score of Scamper. Scamper is in a comfortable lead right now, and level 23. Now he covers the well in a quite high. Now he needs a good pieces just to reopen the well, and he can get a good pieces just to reopen the well and gets a Tetris, or not getting a Tetris, I suppose. 660,000 points versus 505. Uping the square of on the Misetro side. Misetro needs to get something long to the left, and he gets a longer over to the left and reopens the well. Now he needs a long bar to complete the Tetris with a high dependency on the left side. 555,000 points, 729 for Scamper, and Scamper's board is not looking so good, but he's probably and he's topping out at 732, so Misetro is barely he needs a really good pieces, but he's doing he couldn't get a long bar, gets a long bar, and he's preparing for the left well. No, he's going to the classic one, but he's done. The chase down is done. 737,000 points. Wow. After that tremendous dig, Misetro got that one, and now he wins the first set 3 in the decider. Okay, quick So what a game for Misetro. Now, Misetro is away and Scamper is home, so let's now... Scamper is choosing first. What a game for Misetro, especially the 9 post-transition game. So GG, man. GG for yo, Misetro. Misetro is doing so great. And that's Scamper's time to choose the level first. And of course, set 2. If you both guys want to play set 2, I'm not. It's okay. It's Misetro decides to play set 2, and I thought the game of Kryptonica and Magikai will play. Okay, and ready 18 for Scamper, and we are waiting for Misetro to be ready. And Misetro is ready, so we can start the game number 2 of set number 1 of set number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Let's go. Game number 2 is on the way. And both players are in this game, Misetro with some attacking and cleaning setups, but now he's opened. Gets 2 long bursts in a row, but he couldn't use any of them to complete the Tetris. Now he needs a long bar, and he gets a long bar, gets the Tetris 60,000 points versus 94,000 points for Scamper. Scamper right now is with nice clean board. The 18th game of Scamper is his strong point in previous set. And 69,000 points for Misetro. Misetro is doing some cleanup. The squares doesn't help him to complete the D. And he's ready for T-spin setup. Completes the T-spin. 77,000 points versus 167. Scamper is up high, but he's ready for the Tetris. Nice stacking for Scamper. Scamper is at 216 and Misetro is at only 80,000 points, sorry. And No, he's ready for a left wall, gets a long wall, gets a left wall Tetris. And once again, ready for a left wall Tetris. Now he needs a long bar right now, because his well is open. Now, and once again, gets a long wall, gets a Tetris. 135 versus 265, about 130,000 points behind the score of Scamper. Scamper is playing strong level 18 games, but somewhere lost that pace on the 19 game. That's a common phenomenon on the those players when they are trying to play 18 as good as possibly can just to survive at level 19. The tougher players are pay not much attention for the level 18 game, just they focusing on the 19 game. And we see that that philosophy of tapper playing. And Scamper with a spire in the middle, but he managed to get a longbar over to the right and the left, and gets another longbar, 373,000 points at 98 lines. 100 lines from Bisetro, but only 283,000 points, so barely 100,000 points behind. And it's 421 for Scamper. Tetris for Bisetro at 329. And 331 for Bisetro. Bisetro is... both players are approaching the transition. They are preparing the boards just to be ready for 19 speed. 381 versus 492, so Scamper's game is still strong. Still one Tetris to go, and he gets along with gets a Tetris. 517,000 points for Scamper. Bisetro is preparing for the Tetris, gets a long bar, gets a Tetris, and one Tetris to go, but he couldn't get a long bar. And now he transitions at 407, so more than 100,000 points behind. And but Scamper couldn't get a long bar in the right time, and he tops out at 521. So once again, Bisetro needs to get the score. It's not that much because still about 90,000 points, but he is doing uphill as well. But he couldn't get a long bar in the proper time. Now he's getting a pieces, a long bar over to the right, and another long bar over to the left. Now he's trying his best just to survive because he's up high. He couldn't get a piece over to the left, gets it, and now he gets a long bar just to reopen the well. 461,000 points. But now the score is not the objective. Just surviving is the objective. But he can make it. He can do it. He can complete the chase down, but first he needs to make the board more comfortable for him, and he is doing it once again, another tremendous dig for Misetro, and Misetro was ready for a Tetris, could be ready for a Tetris, but he knows he can't risk too much, and he's getting a triple, 496, about 25,000 points, about 25,000 points is the score to get, so he can do it with only a burnings, definitely. So he's not forcing to get a Tetris, but he gets a long, but gets a triple. That was nice, but his chase down is not over yet, and gets another long, but to get another triple, and now his chase down is done, and first game goes to Misetro. And Scamper is ready for the game, and we are waiting for Misetro to get the level choice. And Misetro is ready 18. So we can start the game number 2 of set number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And game number 2 of set number 2 is on the way. Nice stacking setup at right on the beginning of the game for Misetro. Misetro is ready for a Tetris. First single burn for Misetro. Misetro is ready for a Tetris, gets a long way, gets a Tetris. Scamper is in a slightly dig for and now, as what I said, Scamper's game 18 game is so strong, but he couldn't complete this one on the level 19. And Scamper is ready for a Tetris. First Tetris for Scamper after 14 lines burn. He managed to get a Tetris. And another Tetris for Scamper. 60,000 points versus 98,000 points. So now the fortune is on the Misetro side. But not for too long. Not for too long, but he's trying his best just to be ready for a Tetris. Gets longer, gets a Tetris. 145. And another Tetris for Misetro. Misetro at 168. And he's ready for another one, I guess. And nice preparation for the double dependency, just to accommodate as most pieces as he possibly can on that dependency. Oh no, in the L placement, the S placement was not so nice. And now he needs to do some cleanup. The ace stack will help a little bit. 183,000 points for Scamper. Roughly 200,000 points for Misetro. Misetro is in dig mode, and Scamper is ready for scoring. Gets a Tetris, 229. Now he's in a lead right now. And Misetro's board is not in a good shape. And Scamper is up high, but gets a longer, gets a Tetris. Misetro is doing a cleanup, and probably he completed the cleanup, but now he is one high, which is not a problem for him. But now he's preparing for Tetris. And now he needs to reopen the well. Reopens the well, gets a long bar, gets a Tetris. Simultaneous Tetris for both players. 245 versus 307. And Misetro gets another long bar to score, another Tetris. And he continues to build on the one high. He knows that burning could make the situation fatal, and now stacking setups, nice stacking setups from Misetro. Misetro is ready for a Tetris, and so gets along but gets a Tetris, and yes, he reopens the one high hole, and now he's preparing for a center well. Meanwhile, Scamper 423, he's clean right now. But the situation on the Scamper side is not so excited, not so interesting as the Misetro's one. Yeah, the building on the building of the Misetros are more interesting than a classic column 10. So anyway, that's not like the stacking more creative is stacking less creative and proper is not that efficient or less efficient than the stacking using the stacking with cleaning up and with not uncommon choices. But Misetro transitions 407 versus 562, and still Scamper can get a one Tetris, but he decides to burn this out at 565,000 points. That was the score of Scamper to on the transition. Now 1119 for Scamper. $586 for Scamper, 462 for Misetro. Misetro, he's ready for a Tetris. Now he needs a long bar. Gets a long bar, gets a Tetris. 493. A 648 for Scamper. Scamper's board is ready for a triple right now. Still, gets a longer, gets a Tetris. Immediately gets a preparation and readiness for the Tetris. And now he's ready for a triple. Now he needs a good pieces and gets a good pieces. And Logbird for completing the Tetris. Misetro's board have not so nice. Once again, he needs to do some cleanup, but he couldn't complete the cleanup. And Scamper with 738 gets a game number 2. You can mulligan this one because that's a potential max out game. With that Hungering, it could be. He could be difficult to get this one, but now he's ready for a long back. Tetris for Scamper 782 at level 24. And Scamper uphangs the L, but he gets a longer, gets a Tetris, manages to get a tag and be thus ready. Play it out. Because it's possible to get a max out, but the board is not looking good. And now he needs good pieces just to reopen the well. And he Gets a longboard just to reopen the well, but he needs another one to score the Tetris. Gets a longboard, gets a Tetris. Getting a lot of longboards right now. Oh no, he immediately closes the well and he hangs the jade, so that's over. 863 was the score of Scamper. And but still, the game goes for Scamper, and 18 ready for Scamper. That was a nice game for Scamper, and we have both readiness, so we can start the game 3 of set number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I need to search what's happened. Yeah, definitely monthly Tetris, and that's why the Classic Tetris bot is the monthly Tetris are streaming right now, and that's why the Classic Tetris bot is lagging a little bit. And okay, let's go back to score. To scoring 23,000 points for Scamper, 45,000 points for Misetro. Misetro is ready was ready for the Tetris, but his well was closed. His well is closed. Now he's open and decides to wait till the longbar come and get the Tetris. Fortunately, the longbar came up in a quite short succession. So now the Misetro's board was not in a perfect shape, but you know, it's not a problem. 117,000 points for Scamper. Scamper gets the Tetris and the single to get 140,000 points, and another longboard to 163,000 points. Misetro at 107. 107. And Scamper goes for another Tetris and gets a longboard, gets a Tetris. 186. Yes, I'm feeling that one. My tongue is quite dry. Have dried. And 177 for Misetro and 233 for Scamper. Once again, strong game for Scamper. 47 lines and 250,000 points at 50 lines, and still possible to get 300,000 points after 60 lines. Now that's one Tetris for completing the 300,000 points mark, and gets a longboard, gets a Tetris 303 at 61 lines. Another sick game for Scamper, and another longboard, another Tetris. Meanwhile, Misetro 227 at 65 lines, and now his board once again up high. And now he needs to reopen the well, and but now he's stuck in so high. His board is so cheesy right now, and and 239,000 points, and slowly but surely he opens the well. And now he's opened and can score. It needs to score some more because, you know, he is behind the score. 289 versus 389, 100,000 points behind. And once again, he couldn't find the good pieces just to complete the cleanup. 100 lines and 296,000 points. Now he needs a longboard, gets a longboard just to reopen the well. And now he recloses the well and reopens it again. 416 for Scamper right now, and Scamper ready for attack. Scamper is Tetrising 420, yeah boy. But he completed some burnings that Heya is going out. 450,000 points for Scamper. Scamper is ready one high for Tetris. That was a perfect situation just to reopen and being ready on the left well. But you know, the RNG is a factor to be ready or not. And Bisetro transitions 405 versus 483,000 points. That's the transition score of Scamper. Scamper has not that huge lead, but it's still a thing. 80,000 points. Now he needs to play more carefully on the transition, on the post-transition game, but he gets along with gets a Tetris 515,000 points, and board of Bisetro once again not in a good shape, but he managed to get the pieces over to the right, and he is reopening the well. Now he's ready for a triple, but he decides to be Tetris ready and gets along against the Tetris. 480,000 points for Scamper at level 22. Scamper still at level 21, 583,000 points. So it's around 100,000 points lead for Scamper. Scamper needs to play more carefully, but he goes so aggressive, and it pays it off. Gets it long, but gets the Tetris 619,000 points, 492 for Bisetro. Bisetro trying to be Tetris ready and waiting for a long, but gets a long, but gets the Tetris 523. But Scamper also Tetrising 679. So now 120,000 points ahead of score of Bisetro. Bisetro at 589. And Bisetro is ready for a triple, and level 26 for Bisetro. Bisetro at 599. 690,000 points for Scamper. Scamper gets the logo, gets the Tetris 721 for Scamper, and it's ready. He's ready for another Tetris. He carefully takes the burning just to be ready, but his board is falling apart. And now he needs something to the left, gets the J over to the left, and now he's preparing for the digging out of the situation. 740,000 points for Bisetro. Bisetro is getting so good game right on the end, but now he needs a long bar. It gets a long bar, gets the Tetris 780,000 points, 787 for Scamper. Scamper at level 28, and Scamper survives the game number 3, and now he's in the lead. Okay, Scamper, it's, sorry, not Scamper. That's a long, no. Yeah, but it was not a problem. That was not a problem because you got that. You got that one. And Kryptonic decides not to get in the game. And I swear you didn't know again. No, Scamper, you are good because you have won this one. You haven't completed the chase down. So yeah, that was tight match, and Scamper is ready for his game, and Misetro is ready 18. So we are starting the game number 4 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Well, set number 2 finish after this one, after this game, or will we have a decider? Let's find out. Scamper with putting long bars on the left, just to prevent the long bars will. And whoa, that was, oh no, what the heck was that? 200,000 points, only 2,000 points for Scamper. Scamper lost that, and Misetro gets game number 4, and we have a decider. What a misfortune, what unfortunate situation on the Scamper side. And Misetro, you can top out because you have won this one. Damn, boy. And Misetro got this one, and we have already 18 from Scamper, and we are waiting for Misetro to. That was the skill stop error, yes. It happens. And we are waiting for the sector to be ready. And we have only GG for Misetro, and Misetro is ready, so we can start the decider of set number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Another decider. Let's find out if Scamper will survive this one, for sure. And let's go. Decider is on the way. At first, Tetris goes to the Misetro. Misetro is in a slight D. Decides to take nice sequence of attacking a simultaneous Tetris for both players. Scamper perfect 2 Tetrises in a row. And third one. But now to avoid burning, he needs a long bar, but he couldn't. But he finds the square and gets a long bar, gets a Tetris. 93,000 points for Scamper. Scamper needs to do some stacking, nice stacking sequence for Scamper, and he's ready for a Tetris. Missetro, meanwhile, 116,000 points. 116,000 points. That's what I said. And Scamper is ready. Gets a long one, gets a Tetris. 131. And Missetro at 164. Now. Right now, Missetro is in the lead. He's not doing. He's not doing any huge mistakes. We are not talking about that with a Scamper because Scamper has some cheesy board. So now he needs to. Definitely needs to do some cleanup, and he gets a good pieces just to complete this one. And now he's ready to fill the eye dependency. He gets an eye to fill the eye dependency, and now he is opened. He can score. He can score 1 high. Gets a long one against a Tetris. 171 versus 259. Now 282 for Missetro. Missetro is in the lead in about 100,000 points. And 195,000 points for Scamper. Scamper is clean. Both players are clean, so which is nice. And Missetro is at 100,000 points lead. Gets a longbow, gets a Tetris. And once again, Scamper's score goes from only 2s and 0s. Not anymore because he scored the Tetris. And Missetro is doing the same, scoring a Tetrises. 359. And another longbow and simultaneous Tetris for both players. 382,000 points. It's now the and 405 for Missetro. Missetro at 86 lines. So now the sick game goes for Missetro. Missetro is now with a great game, with a sick game. And now he's going so hard and getting another Tetris. 452,000 points at 96 lines and 100 lines at 456,000 points for Missetro. Now Scamper is with an quite disgusting board. Obviously the board of Missetro is not perfect neither, so both players have some issues, but Missetro is ready for a Tetris. And we're waiting for longbow for Missetro. Missetro, where's the longbow for Missetro? Gets a longbow just to take a triple. And he lost pace a little bit, but he's still in the lead. Now Scamper needs to do some chase down. And 487 versus 421. Now Missetro is digging. Scamper is Tetrising. So Scamper is using the problems of Misetro just to score 444, and Misetro transitioned at 490 something. 447 transition for Scamper, and Scamper is ready for a Tetris, gets a long way, gets a Tetris, 477, 503 for Misetro, and Scamper almost chased down the score of Misetro, and now there is a race. Who's gonna get the Tetris fast? Misetro with a triple. Now he's Tetris ready, and both players are getting a Tetris fast after the second one. And Misetro with some holes, and he put the long bar. He needs to do some down stacking, and he couldn't move the eyepiece, and that's over for him. 550,000 points is the score of top out of Misetro, so we have a true tie between Scamper and Misetro. So that was so nice games for both of you. Double decider. And both players are agreed with those one. And okay, thanks for coming, thanks for watching, thanks for participating. And I will send you all to Classic Tetris Latam. That was so great matchup. 1.5 hours. And let's go. I will move you to the Classic Tetris Latam, because CTWC Latam Quad draw is on the way. So yeah, thank you all for coming to my side, and I think a lot of players will be nice about what I'm doing, and see you next time.